are always interesting to me because, as we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we know there are some things we do not know. But there are also unknown unknowns, the ones we don't know we don't know.
The average teenager spends about 7 hours per day on their phone, excluding school and work. One of your unknown unknowns right now is how badly social media is truly messing up your life. Everybody's so overstimulated in the modern world. We're all looking for the next quick hit of dopamine to keep us going, but we don't realize that this is actually what's causing us to feel lazy and depressed. Quick hits of dopamine from things like playing video games, scrolling through social media, eating junk food, or doing drugs, these all raise your baseline level of dopamine, your average dopamine level. This means that activities that don't give you quick dopamine, such as working out or deep work, they seem way less attractive compared to the normal degenerate quick hits of dopamine. So what should we do about it? Well, it's pretty simple actually. All we need to do is to get rid of the degenerate quick hitting dopamine activities. And that's what a dopamine detox is. Some people just do a dopamine detox like 1 to 2 days a week and stuff. And yeah, I guess that's better than nothing. But really, you should be aiming to get on a lifetime dopamine detox and never go back, right? I'm not saying you can never enjoy yourself. Of course, occasionally you can hop off of the dopamine detox and have a little bit of fun. But really, 95% of your life should be just on the dopamine detox. Before I started the dopamine detox stuff, I wasn't actually doing too bad. I was working out pretty consistently. I was reading, I was meditating, I was like getting some pretty meaningful work done. But when I hopped on the dopamine detox, I felt like I reached a whole new level of self-improvement because you don't realize how much the small degenerate activities in your life are truly affecting you until they're gone. I felt like I had suddenly gained the ability to just focus on work for hours on end with no distractions, because on the dopamine detox, your only options are really to be productive or stare at a wall, right? Let's look at exactly how the dopamine detox works. When you're doing all these degenerate habits and stuff, they give you quick spikes in dopamine. All these quick spikes raise your baseline level of dopamine, your average level of dopamine, right? So when you have a high baseline dopamine, that makes activities that don't raise your dopamine super fast way less attractive. Activities like deep and meaningful work or working out or anything that's hard and rewarding in the long term and not short term, right? So when you eliminate the quick dopamine activities from your life, your baseline dopamine goes way down. And now the activities that seemed so hard before, like working out or like getting meaningful work done, they feel so much easier now. Alright, let's look at the rules to follow if you're going to go on a dopamine detox. Number one, no social media. This is not even debatable. If you're on a dopamine detox, this is like the worst thing you can do, right? It's like one of the worst sources of like quick hitting dopamine that you could possibly have. Number two, no video games. Just like social media, this is an absolute no when on a dopamine detox. Number three, absolutely no junk food. This is gonna be pretty hard if you have junk food all around your house, but if you can, avoid it and get rid of it at all costs and say no if somebody offers it to you. There's gonna be times where it's kind of okay to cheat when you're on the dopamine detox and eat like junk food or something. Like maybe it's your birthday or like you got like a super special event or something. But generally on the dopamine detox, you really should do the best to avoid it and learn to say no when somebody offers you something. Rule number four, no music. Now this one's a little bit more debatable because music itself isn't really bad for you unless you're listening to some kind of like degenerate like rapper that's like literally like rotting your brain. Like then yeah, don't listen to that. Or if you're that guy who like always has an AirPod in and you're listening to music like 24/7 throughout the day, like yeah, definitely don't do that. But if you're like working out and you want to listen to music, yeah, I guess that's pretty normal and that's probably allowed. But if you don't listen to music, then your baseline dopamine will just be that much lower, right? Rule number five is do deep work. You probably have like some work or project to be doing, and when you're on the dopamine detox, you should be focusing on this project with absolutely undistracted, streamlined focus for hours, which honestly isn't that hard when you're on dopamine detox. Rule number six is cold showers. I would highly advise to do cold showers because there are so many benefits to it but mainly because they boost your dopamine by 250%. If you've never done this before, I think you should probably work your way up, but it's an amazing thing to add to your dopamine detox. Rule number 7 of the dopamine detox is working out. If you're on a dopamine detox or not, you should be working out because it has so many benefits for like physical, mental health, like literally everything. It'll just improve your entire life. Now, here's what I want you to do. Within the next week, I want you to schedule one day to do a dopamine detox. No more, no less, okay? I want you to fully commit to that day. Put it in your calendar. Tell your friends. Just do whatever it takes to ensure that in this one day, you are on a dopamine detox. And after that, I want you to just keep scheduling them until it's just a habit and your normal day is a dopamine detox. If you actually commit to the dopamine detox, you'll separate yourself from 99% of people. Because let's be honest, most people these days are just distracted, unmotivated, and wasting their potential. The dopamine detox is the reset you need. It will give you the focus, the energy, and the discipline you need to win.